You ready?
Hello!
God, let's start this shit
Oh.
already.
Well, this is it. The final day, supposedly. That's what people
I haven't
keep telling us.
forgotten. What?
It's the final day. Have you made your decision yet?
What decision?
Phoenix. You know, whether or not to stick with you-know-who. Was he Voldemort now? You just walk out
He
that
who shall
door
not
right
be
now.
named.
You just walk out that door right now.
Out that Nort. Maybe, but I won't.
Xehanort is so powerful, he's starting to fuck with my speech.
There he is, right back there.
No!
Not when the people I care about might be in danger.
God, the judge was Norted.
No, the judge is Nort.
No!
He's basically just with a bigger beard. Like the original Xehanort, Old Man Nort.
Old man Nort.
We're here. We're not leaving.
Just making sure you were confident about it.
There are too many unanswered questions, even for answers I thought I already had. Francisca and Waters told me they'd look into your little adventure yesterday. Why'd he say that so condescendingly?
Yeah. I hope I got us enough, but I might have just made it all more confusing.
We don't have the full story yet. I feel like we're almost there, but not quite. Connecting everything should be our first priority. There's still a lot that doesn't match up. Jane Hood in particular. Something's off with her harebrained confession. But she's far from being the only one. Mr. Yossarian? No. Menderes. I still don't know what we'll do with him. This is the last day. It'll have to end one way or the other.
Oh, please. And speak of the devil. You better be ready, punk. My neck's depending on you. Try not to screw up.
Did you kill Virgil Black?
No.
Did you kill Miss Porter?
How the heck could I do that? I was in jail.
Did you order her assassination?
No.
Did you kill Jimmy with a shovel?
That was very specific. It's like I did kill Jimmy, but not with a shovel. Look, I'm being set up. Maybe I'm a crime boss. Yeah, I've done my share. I deserve a fair trial, just the same as anyone else. I already told you I didn't kill him. Now, are you gonna believe me or not?
Let's see.
Damn it, that's what you said last night, right before you left. I need to know who I'm sticking my life on.
If you're guilty, I couldn't care less what happens to you. You've given me no reason to trust you and every reason not to. You've hunted me and my friends. Your goon tried to kill Maya.
Maya? Faye?
That's right, I haven't forgotten. Who did you think I was when you hired me? And this is to go even further beyond.
Rah.
Uh,
I'm going to assume Franny? I don't know.
I
Click.
have no idea. Oh,
Oh, it's Williamson. That was my second guess. Phoenix Wright is an honest man. You're in good hands. What do you mean? This man has more integrity in his little finger than both of us put together. When I say you can trust him, I mean you should do so with your life. Yeah, why should I believe you? Because he's the only one I know who wants you to have a fair trial. He has every reason to hate you, and yet,
are you okay?
I'm better than I ever have been.
Should you be in here? You're not prosecuting the case anymore.
Don't be so sure about that. The end is in sight, and I had no intention of giving the victory to Von Karma. Oh, poor friend.
Oh, so he's gonna be on our side.
I'm going to help you solve this case.
You help me? Yesterday it was the other way around.
A lot has changed since yesterday. That is all I'll say for now. If Menderes didn't kill anyone, we'll find who did. I will put aside my vendetta to see it through. Just growls back.
Well, okay, glad to have you on board. Now that's a heck of a turnabout if I've ever seen one.
Oh, Mal.
The what? I guess he's not on our side.
No, of course. He's going to help us by being the prosecutor.
Okay, so he's gonna be Edgeworth then.
Yeah. We're not going to get Edgeworth. We're going to get Obadiah. Order!
I'd rather the frickin' former.
Order! Court is in session. I have been informed that our case has had several large developments since yesterday. Dang it. Don't focus on him.
Dang it! Like how you said that in the judge's voice.
Most startling to me of which is that you're back, Mr. Williamson. Whatever happened to Miss Von Karma? She got shot. I simply requested to be reinstated as prosecutor. The issue which distracted me has been dealt with. She was not the person originally assigned to the case. As such, she had to give up her spot to me.
Is that how it works?
I guess so.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure she had a few things to say about that.
And a few things to whip.
She did at that. But after we reviewed all the official papers, she saw she didn't have a choice in the matter. You see, I did ask to be withdrawn, but as I was recalling events the other day, it came to me. I never signed the proper forms to make it official.
You motherfucker.
You sly dog, you. In the confusion of everything, nobody even seemed to know. I don't know if... I think that's a call on the incompetence of the legal system.
Shh.
And since I never made my withdrawal official, a replacement of me was void.
Did you just make that up?
I did not. Your Honor, the courtroom should have several books on case law. If you look at volume 27 of the most recent edition, you can find stipulation B4980C22.
You didn't say dash.
C22. All information discovered into yesterday's trial would still stand. But I was to be returned to this bench, post haste. Bailiff.
What? It looks like he was correct, Your Honor. Right here on page 568.
Well, then I'm glad to have you back with us. Maybe.
I'm surprised I can read with all this blood in my eyes.
Shall we get started? Nothing would please me more, Your Honor. Yesterday, as you know, Finnegan Hood's daughter was suspected for murder. She has since been arrested for attacking the defense's aide. During the confrontation, she admitted to having stabbed Miss Gladys Porter to death. A knife was also found in her possession, which had blood from the crime scene. Miss, I hope that you were not harmed. No, I'm okay. Do we still believe Miss Porter's death is related to the other two? The defense mentioned something along those lines the other day.
I'm certain they are, Your Honor.
Well, then will you be calling your partner as a witness? He will not have to. Jane Hood has made a full confession and wishes to speak for herself. She does. And do we trust her?
No.
I do not, but we will hear from her nonetheless. She was possibly present at one crime and claims to have been at another. She is a vital link to this story, and I mean to find what it is. I see. Well then, let's bring her in. Let's not get her out. No. State your name and occupation for the record.
Jane Hood, ruler of Transylvania.
Heir to Hell's throne.
I am Jane.
Miss Hood, you have confessed.
Sweet occupation.
Just right in there. My occupation is Jane. Miss Hood, you have confessed to murdering a state's witness. You had what I believe was the murder weapon in your home. Perhaps you would care to explain these facts to the court?
Mr. Williamson, have you heard of illegal search and seizure?
That's going to be brought up.
You're a boring man. I don't want to talk to you. You're not the one I wish to speak with. No, Mr. Wright is who I want to speak with.
Well, Wright, she's all yours.
I was hoping for sad Obadiah.
I don't think you'd be sad for this.
Did you speak to Mr. Hood yesterday after my arrest? Yes, I did. What did he say to you? He doesn't believe you did it. And you agree with him? I'm keeping an open mind. Guilty or innocent, what do you hope to gain from confessing? What do you stand to gain? Am I that confusing? I guess I should keep things simple. I'm a simple girl. I have simple interests, simple desires. Watching you rack your brain trying to figure me out, it just makes my day. I'm not gonna be the one suffering if you go to prison. You're making a mistake. I don't make mistakes. Never. Not ever. Deny it all you want. Giving myself up was not my mistake. Neither was killing the reporter. Oh yes, I almost forgot. You want me to talk about her murder, don't you? It's not a complicated story, but somehow you've yet to figure it out. Well, perhaps I can dumb it down so you understand.
Ray.
I killed Miss Porter.
Cool. Beautiful.
What a testimony. That's it? I'm sorry, was that too much? I tried to make it easy enough for you to understand fully. You didn't seem to understand fully. But you didn't say anything we haven't already heard. Maybe that's all you needed to hear. Information is precious. I don't give it out freely. I will tell you what you need to know when you need to hear it.
She's so full of herself. If she's going to confess, she should tell us what she knows.
I'll have to drag the details out of her. That's the only way we'll get anything meaningful from this. What you need to know when you need to hear it. She's been eager to talk about the murder up until now. Just press, and I'm sure I can get the information I need.
Yeah, just like every other testimony.
So what happens if I do this?
She isn't telling us a ton, is she?
She must want to direct the conversation a certain way. If she only says one thing, she knows what my response will be.
And then she knows how to respond to that.
Where she's leading us, that's what I'd like to know. Straight to the point, you're not giving me much to work with. Your convenience was not what I had in mind. I am the obvious culprit, aren't I? There isn't anyone else at the moment. Exactly. You have my word, but more importantly, you have evidence. Evidence? Nobody would believe me without it. At least nobody should believe me. Luckily for you, you have proof I killed her. Why don't you show it to everybody, Mr. Wright? Show them that proof you're so lucky to have. Let's see, we do have one thing connecting her to the crime scene. Why is she telling me to present that?
She isn't telling us a ton, is she? Okay, well.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a save here.
Just a little shave here. We do have that one thing.
Is this the knife you were pointing? Is this knife what you're pointing at? Yes, I am. What was it the old man said? Her blood is on the blade. Her blood and my prints, like a match made in heaven. She never stood a chance!
The defense is aiming to prove that the witness killed Miss Porter. Yet, I fail to see the relevance this has for our other two murders.
When we ended yesterday, this girl was a potential suspect. If she killed Miss Porter, that cements it.
So then, you do believe she did it?
I can't rule anything out. Something doesn't add up. Nothing she's told us links back to Jameson or Black. That's the real problem.
I noticed that too. Miss, you say you stabbed her with a knife, but we've no other particulars. Does she have anything to do with either of the other two deaths? Does this have anything to do with it?
I couldn't say. All these people dying, it gets so hard to keep track. Do you really want me to muddle everything more than it already is?
No, thank you. Please just answer clearly any and all questions the defense has for you.
The defense? Now that the knife business is out there, I might as well open up some more. but my first statement stays the same. I killed Miss Porter, and I used that knife. The knife with her blood all over it. All over it. You know the one.
All over it. Just bathing in it. Yes, Mr. Wright, please, continue. Why did she care so much about you pointing out the knife?
Why do the Hoods do anything?
Sometimes I think it's just to mess with us.
I wouldn't put it past either of them, but Jane has some other motive. She wouldn't let us progress until the knife got mentioned.
Even though it looks bad for her, some things I just don't understand.
You and me both.
Another tagline.
What?
She isn't telling the truth. Or a ton.
There are some things I think you should expand on. You think you can make demands of me? Arrogant fool! You're lucky I'm feeling generous. Ask your questions, worm. All my answers will lead to the same result. There's one thing I've been wondering about.
Okay.
Who?
Who?
Why did you kill Miss Porter? Why? The woman was bothersome. Is that not enough?
No.
No. How did she bother you? Who cares why? Who cares? I said she bothered me. I confessed to killing her. My prints are on the knife. But why did she bother me? Please. You're not asking the right questions. Try again, Mr. Wright. Ask a better question with a better answer, and maybe why will actually mean anything.
She isn't telling us a ton. Okay.
What the hell, even?
She wants us to do the specific question.
Who?
Who?
So, about the victim, tell me exactly who you killed. Are you some kind of idiot? It was Gladys Porter. Okay, I have her name, but who was she? She was a writer for some magazine or other. Have you not been paying attention to the trial at all? I have, and it looks like you have too. Now tell me, who was Gladys Porter? What was her personality? What were her life goals? What color was her hair?
You don't even know what the fuck her life goal was. What is the point of this? I hope you were leading somewhere.
Just bear with me, prosecutor. I'd like for the witness to answer my questions. Or, you know what? Just one. How about just one?
Witness, please respond.
I'm sorry. It all seems to have slipped my mind. You don't know the first thing about Miss Porter, do you? You say you killed her, but you can't tell us any more beyond her name and job. Maybe you're right. I think you're right, Mr. Wright. He knows how to ask the right questions, it seems.
Okay.
I hate this.
Yeah, this isn't... this is weird.
Where did you kill Miss Porter? Shouldn't that be obvious? Even a simpleton such as yourself should know it. I killed her in her office at the magazine building. The magazine building? You don't know the name of the place? I can't be bothered with trivialities. Trivialities? I've never seen that word before.
Trivialities.
I've never heard that before. I've only ever heard someone say trivial things.
Nah. I told Moses the English language is weird.
There are more important things for me to focus on. It was her office. Is that not enough?
We can let it pass for now. To me, at least, the location of the murder is the least concerning. She isn't telling us a ton, is she? Obadiah? What? Do you know how many cases there have been where the location was the integral part of the entire thing?
Shh! I thought you looked over my case. History.
I thought you
When did you kill Miss Porter? It was around midday yesterday.
Around midday.
Is there a more specific time? I can't recall. I don't normally carry a watch or phone. I have no need for them. Besides, a proper murder can be done at any time. The time is unimportant. I'd say it's very important if you want to have an alibi. Well, I don't. I lack an alibi. That's why I'm here, isn't it? The police wouldn't arrest me if they already knew I was somewhere else. Oh, wait, I was with my friend at the mall. Should I have said that instead?
You don't have friends.
It might help you more. But it would be a lie. Lying is bad. And murder isn't?
Okay. Well,
Excuse me?
she said something about the why, and question the right, ask the right question, and then you'll get the why. So ask her why.
So
again.
what, I have to ask her why again? Why did you kill Miss Porter? I care why. You can't give us a single detail about Miss Porter or what she was like, and somehow she bothered you enough for you to murder her? No, Jane. Why did you do it?
An excellent question. Well, witness.
Yes, I agree it was. Well, the truth is, everybody, I'm not the one she bothered.
So it was another hit job?
Perhaps, maybe. I think the defense might have a clue as to what that means. Do I? I think I do. This must be where Jane's trying to lead the discussion. Looks like you're right for once. This evidence is related to your alleged hit job.
Yeah.
You've wanted me to show the court two pieces of evidence. First was the knife, the murder weapon. Second, I'm guessing, was one of D. Killer's calling cards.
It's that card again, but I thought we'd established it was irrelevant.
The witness apparently doesn't think so, do you, Miss Hood? Well, the card was found in my house. I hid it together with the knife. So, you tell me, how can you say it's irrelevant anymore?
You or your father placed D. Killer's card at the crime scene to confuse the investigation. Witness, you are the sole connection this case has to Shelley D. Killer.
Am I? Well, how can I possibly argue with that? I guess he's right. I put the first card by the grave to confuse people, and I put the second card in our cabinet to confuse people. So I must have done it all to make people think D. Killer was to blame. Of course, silly me, I hadn't realized he'd left America long ago. America?
Japan?
And so I guess it all just points to me. Are you saying you planned for us to find the knife? Is that what it sounds like? That sounds stupid. Why would I do a stupid thing like that? It does sound really dumb, unless she's not really the killer. The whole thing seemed wonky up until now, but she has to be making it up. Mr. Hood said he wanted to protect Jane with the card the first time. That must be it too the second time around. Jesus. Witness, you didn't kill anyone. Not Miss Porter, not Mr. Black, not anyone. This needs to stop right now. Tell us the truth. Stop? Stop what? Why should I stop when it's so obviously clear who the murderer is?
Clearly.
That's me, worm. I'm guilty. Look at how guilty I am.
Guilty.
You were ready to lock me away forever yesterday, weren't you? I didn't know then what I know now. But you didn't stab Miss Porter. You didn't do it, so I won't let you be arrested for it. How endearing. An attorney who only wants the truth. I'd laugh if it just wasn't so cliché. The evidence points to me, doesn't it? Maybe I should just have you look one more time to see how truly guilty I truly am. Fucking
Truly.
Christ, I hate this woman. The bloody knife covered in blood. I used the knife to kill Miss Porter. I broke into her office and killed her. She tried to escape but died instead. Okay. I tried hiding the knife at my house later, but Trucy Wright found it. There's more information this time, and it might be just enough. I actually have details for the crime. I can work with that. This is where Jane's been leading us. Why? I guess we're about to find out. The knife has her blood. It seems to be the murder weapon. Okay. Yes, and you found it in my home. It all makes sense now, right? After how Mr. Hood tried so hard to protect me, I had to go and get caught for a whole new murder and spoil everything. Yeah, I'm awful like that, aren't I? Ruining everything for everyone. Hood didn't seem to think so. No matter what, Jane had access to the knife, so she's involved somehow. If Hood's story about seeing her with the killer is right, then it might make sense. How did you break in? How? What a silly question. Were you trying to slip me up? There would only be two ways, wouldn't there? Two ways to enter the room. I could either go through the door or through a window if she had one. You were hoping I would say the wrong answer and get some sort of lead out of that? Which was it? Let's say I say the true answer. Then you have nothing. But let's say I answer falsely. Now you have a contradiction. But where does it lead? Nowhere. That's your result, worm. It leads nowhere. You still have nothing. Oops, sorry. I guess I lied about the means of entry, but you caught me at least. Either way, I'd like for you to answer the question.
Yes, witness, please give him a straight answer. God, please.
The window. It was the window. I entered and exited through the window, so she wasn't found until the next day.
The window.
Well, that was right. The killer did come in through there. Maybe that really was just a dead end for me. Did she fight back? Did she struggle? When she saw me, she attempted to escape. Unfortunately for her, she did not. I thrust the knife into her and ended her life. As you can see, I was unharmed. She did not touch me.
You have seen the murder scene, oh God, for yourself, right? You should know whether or not a struggle took place.
I was testing to see if Jane did too, but it looks like she won't tell me much. You tried to kill my daughter, and you used that same knife to do it. Oh my, did I? Why on earth would I do that? Oh wait, of course. How could I be so silly? Obviously, it's because I'm the killer who killed Miss Porter. I saw Trucy prying through evidence which would convict me and defended myself.
That's what she told me there. She told me she killed Miss Porter and was going to kill me.
There, isn't that wonderful? You have an eyewitness. The detective heard it too, and everybody heard it.
Heard it. Did you hear it?
I'm so sloppy, I guess. I've left so many witnesses. Very sloppy of me. Bad, Jane, very bad. Very sloppy, no doubt.
She's still being vague, but it's progress at least.
It's hard to get anything meaningful out of her. She really wants me to only ask specific questions.
Like father, like daughter, huh?
Like father, like daughter.
Huh. Well, don't look so glum. It's not always a bad thing.
Hood wanted to protect Jane. Maybe in some twisted way that's what she's doing too.
I used the knife to kill Miss Porter. A bloody knife. A very bloody knife. Wow, we didn't read this.
What?
Months too late.
I believe him.
I believe him.
Maya's interview would have revealed her letters and threats. Donatello was ordered to betray her?
So, yeah. Wait, yeah.
I don't feel like I read that.
Miss Porter's office was broken in through the window, no fingerprints, and the killer wasn't wearing gloves. So does she have fingerprints?
Yes, she does, because her prints are on the knife.
Yeah, that's a contradiction. Broke her office and killed her.
It was a small office, so there are only so many ways you could get in. We know the killer came in through the window, and you said you did the same. So then why are we But there's one big problem with that. And what might that be? You, Jane. You. You're
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
There isn't a single one of your fingerprints in the room. If they'd been anywhere, they would have been on the windowsill, but they're missing. You were never in that room. Isn't there a simple answer for that? Easy, I just used gloves. Any killer would use gloves. Not this one, not you. You didn't use gloves to commit the murder. The murder weapon has your prints, the knife, but nothing else in the room. Call me crazy, but it's almost as if you didn't hold the knife until after the murder. You're wrong. My prints are on the knife because I used it to attack the girl. I wasn't wearing gloves then, but I did to kill Miss Porter. That doesn't work either. You see, there was something really odd about the crime scene.
No, there aren't any fingerprints at all. No glove prints at all, either at all. Nothing's even been wiped off. There was some oily residue from a person's palm, but we don't keep records of that.
The killer wasn't wearing gloves!
Clothes?
That doesn't make sense. No gloves or prints. If I didn't use gloves, I would leave prints. Where are my prints? That's the thing, you didn't. With or without gloves, you would have left a mark on that room, but you didn't. We know from the knife what your fingerprints look like, but you didn't leave any. The person who stabbed Miss Porter didn't have fingerprints.
No fingerprints? How could you identify them?
At the moment, that isn't an issue. Think what this means for the witness. We know they didn't use gloves, and we've seen Jane's prints. It couldn't have been her. Funny, man, you're funny. But I still had the knife in my possession. How else could I have gotten it? You must be involved with the crime in some way. I'm pretty sure I know how. You had the knife, so that makes you... Go ahead and save the game.
An accomplice.
An accomplice or a witness. You never entered Oak Cult. You never stabbed Miss Porter. But you somehow ended up with a knife, so the question is, where did it come from? You must have received it from the true killer. Somebody gave the knife to you to hide. That's why your prints are on it, but not the office window. And that makes you, Jane Hood, the killer's accomplice.
Dun dun dun. Thank you. This girl did not kill Miss Porter. Sadly, it seems for the deaths of Mr. Jameson and Black, we have learned nothing. The defendant has not been charged with Miss Porter's. The prosecution didn't assume all three were related. It is possible, though the suspect has been in jail the whole time. One theory was that he hired a hitman for the final victim, but there is not yet substantial proof. It would have been very difficult contacting anyone on the outside. The witness is merely an accomplice at most. We must find her relation to the other two crimes.
Easy. This isn't the first time Jane has been an accomplice to murder.
It isn't.
Jane also helped the killer cover for... Black's death.
Yeah.
Jane met with the man who killed Virgil Black. She spoke with him while he was burying the body and he let her go.
I remember that now.
There's your connection.
Mr. Black, how do we know that?
Finnegan Hood saw a man and a young woman together. Rather, he mostly just heard them. He left his house after Jane went missing and searched the forest for her. Then he found her speaking with a strange man who he later assumed she'd killed. What? But that man wasn't the victim. He was Mr. Black's murderer. Both Mr. Hood and his daughter kept silent about it until Jameson was found. If I stumbled across a stranger burying a body, why would he let me go? I would think a killer who would kill someone would know that he'd killed... What? You're a good actor. I can tell just by watching you. And you're smart, too. You found a way to convince him that you could be useful. Maybe that you'd be able to cover up and help him in any future murders. That's why he left the knife with you. This man thought he could trust you to get rid of it. Mr. Black's killer also murdered Gladys Porter.
Order! What a turn of events! Can the defense prove this?
If Jane helped with either murder, then I know she can. Witness, you should be able to describe who you met. Obviously, I will say you're right, no matter what. If it's true, I'll admit it. If it's not, I wouldn't say it is to make wouldn't I say it is to make myself look good? You know I'm involved with at least 2 of the crimes. Isn't it possible I possibly killed everybody? Everybody? That would be a reasonable idea to consider. You should consider it. I stabbed and throttled Guildenstern. Mr. Hood found out and made up a story about seeing some other man to protect me. Later, Rosencrantz Jameson figured it out. So I killed him and hired someone to kill Miss Porter. Well, when I figured out they were working together. That's why I'm lying. That's why I'm so suspicious. It's because I'm guilty.
No.
You didn't kill anybody. The first two victims we know had the same killer. If you didn't kill one of them, you didn't kill the other. As it happens, Jane, this proves you didn't kill one man. What?
She... has an alibi for one?
The frickin'... where is it? This?
Yeah, on the night Mr. Yeah.
You and your father had a disagreement over Mr. Black. In it, his hand got cut. It's been bandaged for a few days. It was cut the night of Mr. Jameson's murder. Jane Hood, you have an alibi for Jimmy, so you didn't kill him. And therefore, you didn't kill Mr. Black either.